Hello everyone, 大家晚上好. I am Pei Wen from Chef Food, and thank you very much for joining our very first live cooking today. I am super hungry now because I came with an empty stomach because today I have Roland from Spice and Pans in the kitchen today, who is going to cook two of my favorite hawker dishes, and that is laksa and crispy prawn roll. And he told me that his laksa recipe is inspired by katong laksa. What's not to love about it? So let's welcome Roland from Spice and Pans.
Thank you, Pei Wen.
Roland.
I'm so happy to be here. To all viewers out there, good evening to you. Selamat malam. 大家好,大家好. And to all Singaporeans, I wish you an advanced National Day celebration ahead. All right. Today, I think we are here to share about Kenwood and, of course, my food with you.
Yes.
And I'm super excited. Why am I super excited? Is because I'm going to share my recipes with all our viewers out there. The laksa, which my family loves a lot. My hecho, which is actually imparted to me by my wife's uncle, who is actually a chef. So it is super good. So let's see. Later you'll be the judge of it.
Okay,
right?
So you have a channel Spice and Pans, and you have so many fans. There are like 750,000
around there, yes.
over subscribers on YouTube, and of course on Facebook as well. There's like about almost 50,000 fans. So how many videos have you produced so far?
Wow, I haven't really counted it, but I think it's approximately 400 or so.
400 or so.
Yeah.
So you have done this across 4 years.
Yes.
And I know you hold a full-time job.
Yes.
And so all this is purely passion, and you just burn your weekend and do it.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't use the word burning my weekend. Actually, I save a lot of money this way because instead of going out to eat, right, in fancy restaurants and stuff like that, my wife actually prefer my cooking.
Oh, wow. That is his way of tying his wife tummy and heart.
Yes.
So guys, you guys should start cooking. And you guys should go into Spice and Pans or YouTube, to check out all the videos. One thing that I really love about Spice and Pans video and all the home cooking recipe by Roland is that he gives a lot of tips to make sure that you can replicate the dishes very, very easily from home, right? So is that like the key thing that you will make sure that you give all the tips,
Yeah, actually, you're very right. Because a lot of people are actually afraid of cooking because of the unknown. I think that's what most people fear. And if I were to tell people what to expect and how to prevent those unknown from happening, then it will make their life so much easier. Like later, I'll be showing you how to make the hecho, and with this new fantastic product from Kenwood, I think cooking is a breeze. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. And also just now you mentioned that your dad is a chef as well. So like I heard that you, from some interview, you started cooking when you were 7 years old.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What was your first dish?
It was this dish known as beer chicken. I mean, I'm sorry.
Beer chicken, that's not right.
Okay. Most chef, right? Especially all the older chef, the chef from the Teochew store. My dad used to work for a seafood restaurant actually. So it's very hot and humid in the kitchen, and they tend to drink a lot of beer. So there was this one day when I was at home cooking while waiting for my dad to come back home. He'll reach home at about 11 plus 12 o'clock after his shift. So I want to surprise him because I think it's his birthday or something like that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so I cooked some chicken and I fried the chicken, and it tastes very good when it's hot. Unfortunately, by the time he comes back, it's cold already. And if I were to fry it again, then it will become too dry.
Oh.
So my dad told me, why don't you just do something? I mean, turn this into a stew thing. Just go and play around with the food. So he was drinking beer while waiting for me to heat up. So I thought to myself, hey, why not I just add beer inside, add some oyster sauce, add some salt and stuff like that, and put the crispy chicken, or rather the cold chicken, inside there, and then have it stewed. And he loves it. I don't know whether it's his love for me that he loves it, or whether it tastes really good, but he finished up the whole plate. So I'm really happy. Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, but if it's 7 years old and that's many years ago, then probably...
That's 2 years ago, I think.
Then I guess probably Roland is the first one who actually started using beer, to cook with chicken. I think that's a fantastic idea. Yeah. So wow. So I mean, it's always great, right? When you have a chef at home, or you have a good cook at home, right? They really inspire you from young to start cooking. Yeah. But not every one of us, right, have such privilege to have this inspiration. I think that's the reason why, a lot of people, like to visit your page, or even like Chef Food or even Kenwood's website, right?
Yes.
Whereby we provide a lot of recipes for you to learn a lot of Asian cuisines and food as well. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what we call sharing is caring,
You're
isn't
right.
it? And I think all these recipes out there, right, really make a lot of people become less fearful of cooking. Right. Yeah. So that is something that we'll definitely continue to do so that all of us can preserve all these recipes. And Roland, I'm getting a little bit hungry. Shall we start cooking?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
All right, I will start doing my hecho now. So I'll be using this Kenwood processor over here. Very simple, actually. I used to cook this dish only like once or twice a year because there's a lot of work involved. You need to mince the pork, you need to mince the prawns, you need to mix them up together, you need to slam them and things like that. But with the processor, it makes things so much easier right now. So what I have over here is 150 grams of pork. This is a collar. If you don't take pork, you can always replace it with chicken, no problem. 150 grams of prawns also. This is derived from 250 grams of shelled prawns. So after deshelling them, it's about 150. So it's 1-to-1. So just put everything in.
Oh wait, you're going to put the whole prawn in without chopping them out into big chunks first?
Oh, this is powerful. This is really powerful. I've tried this and I love this machine. I really do.
I have a food processor at home, but I've never done that.
Yeah. Even this big chunk of meat. Yes.
Are you serious?
I am. Okay.
I pray for some magic to happen.
So I'm going to add in all my seasoning also because I want this to be as easy as possible. I'm adding in some saltfish powder. If you do not have saltfish powder, you can always use chicken powder or even omit this. No problem at all. Just about half a teaspoon of this will be fine. Half a teaspoon of 5-spice powder too. Okay. Just put it in.
Recently, right, there's this thing called 13香. So basically,
oh yes.
So like 5-spice, is the cinnamon and all this thing,
Yes.
right? But 13 is like 13 different spices. So like, do you think we can actually do like a direct replacement to substitute the 13香?
Oh, it's slightly different. 13香, they have cumin inside, they have 草果 inside, so there's a lot more ingredients. So it's a stronger taste. And normally for that, right, a lot of them use it for barbecue actually, give you that very unique kind of smell.
Right.
Yeah, so it's very nice with barbecue actually. Okay,
So-
half a teaspoon of soy sauce. Yes, you were saying?
Yeah, so I was thinking like for heizhou, right, this dish in particular, like is it okay if we use the 13香, or do you think it's too overpowering?
Yeah,
for this
too
dish?
overpowering.
Okay.
Yeah, heizhou is actually, if I remember correctly, from what I was told, this is actually a Teochew dish, and Teochew dish tends to be a little bit light tasting.
True.
Right. If
true.
it's 13香, it's too overpowering.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and if you like a heavier version of this, for the Hokkien, we have a Ngoh Hiang, the Wu Xiang, which is a
Yes.
heavier tasting one.
Okay, okay.
But this is very, actually, it's one of my favorite actually. Yeah, so about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. So we'll do all the mixing inside here.
Fantastic.
Yes. Just cover it up and let it blend. Let the magic begins. Oops. Is it power on? Sorry. What? Ta-da! Simple, easy.
I am still very surprised at this thing. Like, how did it even happen? Oh my god. Okay, later we're gonna take it out. You can see, okay? It's not a fake expression, it's real.
Yeah.
Okay?
And she's seriously surprised. Pei is seriously surprised.
Right, because I have never seen it like that before,
Yeah.
for sure. Very, very cool.
All right, just remove the blade first. Just remove this and just place everything inside the mixing bowl. I'm going to crack an egg inside here or so and mix them up a little bit more. Okay, can you see? Oops, this way. Yes, okay. You see how finely mixed up they are,
Oh my god.
right?
Look at
Right?
that,
Right?
people. It was like a big piece of meat.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was like less than 30 seconds. And it means
Yep.
to this fine texture already is fantastic.
And the best part of this, right? You don't really have to slam it. Normally when you made like meatballs or even hei-zhou, right? We want the meat to be a little bit springy, as you call it.
Doink, doink.
Doink, doink kind of feel, right? So with this, right, just like a few seconds on this, it will have the same result actually.
Wow.
So it really saves you a lot of time. Seriously.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I love time saving, and especially for now that we are all cooking more at home, we are eating more at home. Time saving is something that we are all looking out for.
Definitely.
So convenient and saves a lot of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to be very frank, right, now I use my processor very, very often now. Yeah.
Oh, how so?
I do a lot of chili paste. I do a lot of curries. Even things like this. I do my own meatballs now. I don't buy meatballs outside, or rather, I seldom buy. Once in a while, if I'm lazy, I still buy those ready meatballs. I do my own fish balls and stuff like that. So food processor can do a lot of things. Even for Jamie, my wife, she actually used it to slice cucumber thinly for facial.
Oh my god!
So it's not just a toy for me; it's for my wife too. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, actually you're right, because food processor actually comes with a lot of attachment.
Yes.
And there is 8 attachment that comes with this food processor 302. Okay. Yeah. So great. I really like the cucumber. Use it as an eye mask idea. All of you should try it. Yeah.
Okay. Into the mixture, we'll crack an egg in.
Okay. What's the purpose of the egg?
As an adhesive, actually, for it to stick even more together.
Okay.
Yes. So just break the egg out first, like this. And we'll need to add in a little bit of cornstarch. Just maybe we'll add in 2 tablespoons first, and then we'll see how the consistency is like.
Okay.
Okay. Normally at home, I like to use my hand, but I mean in front of video, or rather in front of a live audience, I try to be as civil as possible.
Would you prefer Roland to use his hands? Can we have a look at the comments?
Hands will be so much easier, right? Yeah. So much more authentic.
Okay, everyone is very interested in answering
the
and
attachment.
participate in the contest. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we just mix them around. Stir them in one direction. Right?
The consistency we are trying to achieve over here.
Okay, we want it to have a glue-like of consistency like this.
Okay.
Nothing too thick, nothing too watery actually. So something like this would be good. Because we'll still be adding in our coriander as well as our water chestnut. Okay. Now that this
someone asked you to use hands.
Okay, cool.
we are
Okay.
done already,
with this,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind showing our audience how the consistency looks like now?
Okay. So basically, this is how it looks like now. All right, you can actually, and it's like this.
Oh,
right?
it will drop slowly.
Yes, it will drop slowly.
Okay, fantastic.
Right, it's like a kind of a thick, gluey kind of mixture itself. So this is what we want.
Yeah. And actually, I do see, a little bit of like especially the prawns, a little bit of chunks inside.
Oh, good. That's what we want actually.
Oh, that's what you want.
Yes,
Okay,
because
okay.
if everything is minced up too finely, right? Of course, if you prefer it minced, then you can actually have it run for another maybe 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But bigger chunks of prawns, I like the kind of surprise when you bite into it and the sweetness actually explodes in your mouth.
Right.
So that is something that I like. So normally I'll just blend it, not that fine, with a little bit of chunks here and there.
Right.
So this is what I love.
You have the yao gan, that's what we are looking for when it comes to like this dish. Okay, fantastic.
Okay, good. So now we will add in our coriander, 1 bunch of coriander chopped up, and 2 water chestnut chopped up also. Just mix them in. Now, if you wonder why I don't mix this together in the mixer itself, it's because if I were to throw everything in and just use a blender, instead of us having this crunch in our hei-zhou, right, or rather in our prawn roll, they will be turning into juice. And when we fry them, it will turn brown or black easily. Get burned very fast.
Right.
Yeah. So now we just mix this in or fold this in. All right. Very simple. And after this is done, we just need to wrap this up. So simple.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question on behalf of some of our viewers over here. Can we not have coriander?
Can. But if you want that authentic taste, right, that old-fashioned kind of zhicha kind of flavor inside there, I will strongly suggest. I tell you, you try it, you will love it. You will love it. In life, it's all about trying. Okay, don't say no to anything. Just try first. If you really don't like it, then no choice, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But try first, try. Really try, please.
You see, we have Joyce that says coriander is fragrant. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I love coriander too. I mean, when I was really a young boy at the time, I don't like coriander. So I mean, my mom or my grandma used to put this inside my porridge, and I really hate the smell of it. But then I slowly get to appreciate it, and I think the taste is very uniquely Asian. Actually, I will say that this is something that I in most of my dishes, I really like to have it inside there.
Yeah.
And if you love Thai dishes, this is a must-have also. Yeah.
Yes, all the fragrance, right?
Yes.
And we have a question from Linda. Okay, if I want to use chicken to replace the pork, which part of the chicken should I use? Can I use the breast meat?
Yes, you can. You can use breast meat. But I would like to say that breast meat or white meat is actually a little bit more, is tougher and drier. I would suggest you to use drumstick or thigh meat. Actually, the red part of the chicken actually. So that'll be better. If you want it to be a slightly more juicy or juicier, just slice in a little bit of the chicken skin inside. But that will be unhealthy. Depends on you. No problem.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like the idea of the chicken skin.
Okay. Homegrown corn. Oh yes, homegrown is definitely better. Okay, maybe you can teach me how to do it, right? Send me a message. Yeah.
My daughter, so Emily Tan
Chou
says,
cai.
my daughter called, no, it's xiang cai, it's not chou cai.
Okay, now that this is done, I'll proceed to show you how I wrap this. Very easy, yeah? Very, very easy. Okay. Now we will use this. This is known as wu xiang pi, or rather beancurd skin, right? So I've cut them into sizes like this. It comes in one very big sheet. So after cutting them up, I will have about 8 pieces of this. All right. Do not wrap them up straight away like this because this is very salty. They actually preserve this by using a lot of salt. Okay. So what we need to do is take a piece of damp cloth. Make sure it's clean, yeah? Okay. Wipe it down a little bit. Now there's two purposes on why I do this. One is of course to get rid of the extra salt. And second is also make this easier to wrap with also because it will become softer. Okay, so it's very simple. Just wipe it down and we'll proceed. Now for the mixture itself, I'll divide it into 3 parts. This can make 3 rows. Okay, so it's easier when you do the division first. All right, so just take, if you have a spoon, use a spoon. If not, this is fine too. Just put it over here. Spread them up a little bit, leaving about 2 fingers from the side. Okay.
Wow, that's a very generous amount.
Oh yes, I mean home cook, right? We don't be stingy with our friends, right?
Exactly. Actually, that's the thing I love about home cooking.
Yeah, and I'm a great fan of chef food, and I want you to enjoy your food too. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I love to cook as well. Yeah.
Okay, so with this, it's very simple. Just fold one side up first, like this. Press it down a little bit. Same with here. Press it down. With your index finger, press here. Roll this up. And just continue to roll. And roll.
Oh, this looks very easy.
Very easy, right?
Yeah.
And with a little bit of the meat mixture, we just apply like a glue, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like glue. Just a little bit, just to stick the ends together.
Nice.
Done. Easy, right?
Oh, that's so easy.
Yes. But before we steam this, actually, it's good to coat it with a very light layer of oil. So when you steam this, then it will not stick together. So we can make 3 rows. I think we have time to show the other 2, right?
Can, no problem.
Okay.
And I think we have a question about the substitute for water chestnut.
Yes. Good question. I love that question. A lot of people actually ask me, hey, Roland, sometimes the ingredients that you tell us to get, I can't get it from where I am because we have a lot of overseas viewers. So if you cannot find water chestnut, the alternative is yellow onions. Okay, why yellow onions? Yellow onions are crunchier and they are sweeter also. Okay, another alternative you can use is mangkuang. You know mangkuang, the one they make popiah with?
The rojak one.
Yes, I can't remember the English name for it, but yeah, the rojak. Turnip, yes, and there's another name.
Is it turnip or turnip?
Yeah, and there's another name. I can't remember the name. So if viewers see any one of you know the name of that, just put it in. I remember there's another name. I just can't. It's off my mind right now.
Is it something root something?
Can't remember. But anyway, you can use that also. All right, you call it mangkuang in Hokkien.
Yeah.
But of course, it's such a big piece. You just use a little bit, then the rest you need to make popiah. But that'll be another dish for your family too. All right.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so same thing. We just yes. Jikama, yes.
Jikama.
Margaret, you're right. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, I like this theme.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susan, for telling us it's turning
Yes.
and lingo as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You see, we can learn so much from our viewers also. Yeah.
Yes.
I
I'm
mean-
very sure a lot of our viewers here, they are also very, very good home cooks.
They are.
Yeah.
I tell you, I mean, if you were to go inside our Facebook channel, right?
Yeah.
Those dishes that, I mean, they share over there, I tell you, sometimes I feel, I mean, I pale in comparison compared to them, I tell you, seriously. They are really
I
that
have to
good.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, while everybody have their own specialty, you know, like while each of us we are good in like certain dishes, right? But our viewers who are watching our content, they are very good in other cuisines as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone, you know, are very talented, you know, and we're all great home cooks. Yeah.
And we are always here to share. So I mean, feel free to share your recipes on our channels, on your channels also. I mean, it's always good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you say, right? Sharing is always caring.
Yes.
Yes. So same thing.
Hi,
just
Jess.
wrap it up and turn it. Apply a little bit of the meat mixture.
We can also use water
You
as a
can,
means
yeah.
to stick the things up, right?
Correct. Normally at home I'll use water, just tap my hand, tap, tap, tap over here. But looks so unhygienic over here in front of the So I try to
Today,
be
Roland is a bit more cautious.
Yeah, I
so
try to be
if he cooks at home, he
cautious.
will use his hands to mix and he'll use water to
Yep, you're right.
to stick it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the second piece. And another one. You'll be amazed at how many pieces that we can make from here, this recipe itself. But after I deep fry this, yeah. After we steam and deep fry this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I recall you were sharing with me that this recipe is from either from your dad or Jamie's uncle.
Jamie's
is it?
uncle, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I'm a Ngoh Hiang person. All right, my dad, my mom, they make excellent Ngoh Hiang, and every New Year I have to make like 200 over 300 pieces.
What?
I will give
To
to my
sell?
no. I'll give to my
A lot.
brother. I'll give to my sister. They'll call me. They'll ask me. They'll talk to me in Hokkien, right?
Yeah.
Because my brother and sister communicate to me in Hokkien. They say,
Yes.
"God, are you making Ngoh Hiang for this Chinese New Year?" I say, "Yes." Can you make a portion for me? Then my brother will call me. They say, and I love to share my food with them.
Yeah.
So normally I make a lot.
Right.
I think it's what inside one of our video actually. At that time, I think I made 280 pieces.
280.
Yeah, I enlisted the help from my helper as well as my mom. It was like, how many kilos of 7? I can't remember whether it's 7 kilo of prawns and 7 kilo of pork or 14 kilos of each. But it's huge. It's huge. It's like 2 big basins of mixture. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you and then
Now you can make your own. Just get a Kenwood processor. You can make your own.
Okay, I'll do that. Nice. So we are now
Okay.
at the third one.
Yes. So it's very simple, as you can see, right? I mean, at home, the other day when I tried doing this using the Kenwood processor, I think it took me less than 10 minutes to get, everything prepared before the steaming process itself. So it is really, really fast.
So as compared to like in the past when we have to, have to chop it ourselves and mince everything.
Yes. So that's why I say, right? I mean, for dishes like this, where you need to do a lot of mincing, a lot of slamming on the meat to get rid of the air, to make it juicy and bouncy and QQ, I only do it once or twice a year only. Yeah. Because we don't have the time. I mean, I have a full-time job. Although I love this dish. And the thing is, if you were to eat this outside, you pay $8-10 for just 4 or 5 pieces. Come on.
Yeah.
The ingredients over here today, I think 250 grams. This is cheap, but the price I bought today is 1 kilo is like $10 only. So it's
very cheap.
250 plus the pork one something. This is less than $5 actually. And later you can see how many pieces of this I can churn this out to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, we have
Any substitute?
any substitute for the beancurd skin in Prankan?
Good question. Actually, you can also, but it's very difficult to get even rather than beancurd skin. In the olden days when they make Ngoh Hiang, Heizhou, all this, they actually use a piece of they call it the oil skin.
I know, like the Zhu
Zhu Wang Fei, correct? Yeah.
Right.
So you can actually use that, but it's almost impossible
It's very hard
to
to find, right?
Very
Even
difficult
if you
to find.
go to a butcher.
Yes, it's very difficult to find. Yeah,
Right.
you have to book in advance. Now, back to the question: if you do not have this, what do you do? Then I suggest that you just skip this altogether and just coat this in corn flour as meatball and then just deep fry it. Also very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Actually quite true. It's because anyway we're going to deep fry
Yes.
this thing, so you will still get the crunchy texture on the outside and all the juiciness of the fillings on the inside as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I mean, there's no hard rules to Chinese cooking actually. Unlike baking, baking you need to measure grammage and things like that. Too much of a yeast or too much of a flour, you cannot really rise up and stuff like that. But for Chinese cooking, is actually really everything is up to your own imagination actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, we are done with this. I love to sing. Yeah. Okay. So normally after this, right, I will brush them with oil, okay, and I'll steam them for 15 minutes, 15. Okay, but because of time constraint, we have only 1 hour and I need to make 2 dishes over here. So,
Roland, can I ask you a
Yes,
question,
sure.
right? So when we are wrapping the filling, right, is it better to allow it to have some space for it to, should we wrap it very tightly or is it better to wrap it a little bit loose so that, does it matter?
okay, depends. For heizhou wise, it's still okay if it's a little bit loose or tight, it's fine. Because ultimately we'll be steaming them and the meat will actually firm up.
Ah, okay.
Yes, but if you want to do something like Ngoh Hiang, right, the 5-spice roll, or in Malaysia they call it loba. And shout out to all my Malaysian friends. So those we want to pack it a little bit more tighter, right?
okay.
Because when we fry, we don't want the meat to come out of the wrappers of the
Right.
wrappings. Yeah.
Right. So as
those,
long as
yes.
it goes into the steamer,
Then
it's
it's fine,
actually
yeah.
fine. It doesn't really
Correct,
matter.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my question.
Okay. So basically, as you can see, right, I mean, I did not make them very, very tightly. All right. It's a little bit loose like this. So after steaming, this is how it looks like.
Ooh,
Right?
nice.
Okay, but this is not done yet. We still need to fry this.
So we steam for 15
15 minutes, 15. All right.
Okay.
So 10 minutes to prepare this, 15 minutes to steam this. We let this cool down for about 10 minutes or so until it's easy to handle. Then we'll cut this up.
So when you do like the 200 over pieces for Chinese New Year, do you like freeze it when it's at this form? Then when
No,
you want to serve, then you will.
Okay. Normally what I do, right, I'm quite a lazy person actually. So normally I like to have everything fried up first, but not to the extent that they are super golden brown.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll pack them individually. Like let's say for example, right, if this is done, then maybe I will not deep fry this first, right? But I'll steam them everything, right? Steam everything up. Then I'll just wrap them individually with plastic bag and then just put them in the freezer. Whenever I want, I just take 2 or 3 pieces out and then fry them. Very simple, yeah. This is what normally I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love to make things in big batches, yeah.
Yeah. So every time when you need a little bit, or even you want the jia cai, right? So you take it out and just
Yes.
fry it, and it's a side.
That's why
very, very nice
my
side
friends
dish.
love to drop by my place. They say your house is like a restaurant. Every time want something, you have something. You want something, you have something. Okay, so there's no standard rules to how big or how small you want to cut this to be, but my personal preference is mouthful. Just 1 piece for 1 mouth. So about this kind of size would be fine. So just cut it down like this.
And we have a question from
Yes.
Kajal asking how long can it last when we freeze
Okay.
it?
I would recommend you actually eat it within maybe like if you were to freeze it for not more than a month. Yeah, in the freezer. Yeah. After that, then it becomes drier and drier. It will not spoil, but it will become very dry. Okay, and we don't want that because these are all pockets of love.
Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, and we got one question from Bina asking, do you need to defrost before frying?
Oh yes, of course you need to. Otherwise, what you have is actually the outside will be super dark brown and inside will be very cold. Yeah, so this is not something that we want. Yeah.
So remember to defrost it before
Yes.
you fry. Okay, and we have got Jessie. Who says that she would like to be your friend.
Okay. Hi, Jessie.
Jessie.
Oh.
Of course.
Of course, can drop by my house anytime. Just drop us a message. I mean, if I'm cooking at home, just drop by. Yeah. Even if I'm not cooking at home, can always have a coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, but after the restrictions,
after
okay,
restriction.
Very safe, everybody.
True. Yeah. One last piece, and then we can start the frying process.
Nice. Do you have any preference, like cutting it this way or the slanted?
Not actually, but my wife, she likes to plate it well. She always complains that, Roland, you make excellent food, but your plating sucks. So most of the time she'll do the plating, yeah. But she'll tell me whether to slice it this way or that way. But yeah, this is just how I want it to be. Okay, now next step, we need to coat this up with a little bit of corn flour. Why do we need to coat this with corn flour? First, this will increase its crispiness. Second, right, the juice will be locked inside. So it'll be juicier and the juice or water won't flow out and it will not splatter all over. So safety and taste, right? So just put a little bit of corn flour inside a bowl first and put everything in. Okay, then we add in maybe 1 or 2 more tablespoons of corn flour and just lightly toast it up.
Can we use other type of flour?
As long as the starch is okay, right? Which means that you can use sweet potato flour, you can use potato flour, or some call it feng che and hong jia hun. Olden days they call it. Yeah.
What's that?
Hong jia hun is actually potato flour or potato starch.
Oh, that one actually gives a crispier texture
Correct.
compared to corn flour, right?
Okay, depending on what you cook. Potato flour is actually give you a more gluey kind of texture actually.
Okay.
So let's say for example, if you make a lor mee,
Yeah.
you know lor mee, right? If you use corn flour, it will become watery after a while. But if you use potato flour, it will still remain gluey.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you were to go in the hawker center, right?
Yeah.
And you sometimes you eat your noodles and stuff like that, your lor mee, right? Your noodles with thick gravy, and they become watery after a while, which means they use the wrong flour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So potato flour or potato starch is the one to be used. Actually, yeah.
I learned something today.
Yeah, that's what I learned also actually. Yeah. the important thing is, right, is if you don't know, then you ask, then you will know, right? This is what we want. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so this is done. We just set this aside and we will heat up our oil. Yep. Add in some oil. Is it on? It's on, right?
Let me help you.
Sure, thank you.
Let's use hot pot.
Okay. Now, a lot of you viewers out there, you might not want to air fry this. I mean, sorry, not air fry, but deep fry this because you don't want to clean up your kitchen. You feel that using too much oil is very unhealthy. I do agree with you, yeah. Sometimes my wife will say, instead of, deep frying all this, what else can we do? Can we bake this? I would say, yes, now we can use an air fryer actually. All right, you can just put all this inside air fryer, spray a little bit of oil, it will be crispy. But my personal preference, because I'm still very old school, is deep fry.
Yes, I agree with that as well. And I think if you want to eat deep fried food, don't eat a lot, of course, for health's sake, right? But really, if you want a good deep frying food, I will always say, go for deep frying. But of course, if you have kids at home, that you want the food to be healthier, by all means, go with air fryer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Deep frying actually, for me, right, because I'm very old school again, for me it's much easier to control, and it retains a lot of the juices inside. Yeah, the outer part is super crispy and the juices are all retained inside. The one with air frying is sometimes it dry out too early. Yeah. So unless you are very good with the temperature control, otherwise, I still love the old ways to do it. Yeah.
Do you have like a particular preferred oil? Like, should we use peanut oil, canola oil, or deep frying?
It's personal preference. But for me personally, I like to use peanut oil. Yeah, I felt that it's always very fragrant and it actually adds a lot of flavor. But if you ask those chefs from the Western Hemisphere, right, they always like those neutral tasting oil.
Yes,
yeah. So it's a very different kind of school. Yeah, a very different kind of school.
True.
Yeah.
We are the Asian school here.
Yeah. Okay, let's just wait for this to heat up a little bit more and then we'll deep fry this. Now I can do a double fry if you want it crispier, but today because of time constraint, we'll just do a single fry. But it will still be good. Trust me, it'll still be good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
We have a question from Helen Xiao. How long can we keep the oil?
I will not recommend keeping the oil after 3 fry. 3 fry is the most. Yeah, because right, things that has been heated up too often is actually kind of cancer causing. So yeah, if you can actually get a cheaper oil for deep fry. There are various brands in the market. Vegetable oils, for example. Vegetable oil are very cheap. So you can just use that for deep frying maybe once, then you can just throw them away. Right? For better oil like peanut oil or some other oil itself, then you just use that for stir frying. Okay, yeah. Try not to reuse the oil way too much. Once or twice is fine, but otherwise it's not very good for health also.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I think the oil is more or less done. Let's just see whether it's hot enough or not. Let's just put in a piece. I can see that it's starts to...
Sizzling sound.
Yes. So now we add in all our Teochew, or most of it. Toss off the excess oil before you put it in. Oops,
Ooh,
sorry. A bit nervous. So these are all cooked already, so it's okay if you put a little bit more. Normally, I will not recommend crowding the pan because your oil temperature will go down a lot and it will trap in a lot of oil. But for this, it's fine because they are already cooked.
Right.
So we just want to crisp the outer layer. So it's pretty fine.
Actually, just now after it was steamed and you cut it out, right? I can really smell the fragrance from the filling already. Yeah.
Want to be my neighbor?
Of course.
Can drop by anytime to tapao.
Now Roland has offered. Yes.
We don't stir it up first. We just let the crust form. Just let it rest inside the oil, or fry inside the oil for about 1 minute or so before we try to turn it over. Right? We don't want the flour to drop it off. Right? This will be so nice. This is one of my favorite snacks, actually. Yeah. And thanks to Kenwood, right, for inviting me over. I've been trying to use this to make this, to make the Teochew, and my maid, or rather my helper, my wife, they love it. Yeah.
So they are the one benefiting from all your hard work.
Oh yeah. For me, it's a passion. I really love what I'm doing over here.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty lucky because I get to do what I love. My friends, my relatives, my family gets to enjoy what I like also. And I always think that cooking is a very good way to bond.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, for sure.
I think because of my cooking skills, that's why I have so many friends. Right? Maybe.
So friends of Roland, please raise your hand. Give us like an emoticon if you are watching the show right now. Yeah. And I think the thing about cooking, right, is not just the cooking process, but what gives us a lot of like fulfillment and satisfaction is when the person who are eating it, right, really enjoys it and tells you how good the food is.
Yeah.
Right. I think that is the greatest satisfaction. It like just instantly forget the time that you have to go to the supermarket, which you will spend like hours over there, you spend hours preparing, but you only take 15 minutes to finish the food. Yeah, as long as they are happy, we are willing, as a home cook, we are really willing to go through, all this time in preparing the food. Yeah.
And for this National Day, right, I would really, encourage all of you out there to actually maybe cook for your family, have a good meal together, because anyway you can't go out, right? There's no restaurants open and things like that. Eat at home, cook for your family, enjoy that special day with the rest of Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. It's a long weekend.
Yes.
Right. It's Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Yeah. It's Monday.
Fantastic. We have 3 days.
And all these ingredients that I've used over here are readily available in most supermarket, wet market, and it's, as you can see, it's very easy.
Okay, so we have a question from Wang Shok Chen. Can we add shredded yam? Sorry, I can't see the question. Can we add shredded yam in Ngoh Hiang?
You can if you want to, but you need to steam it first. Yeah, yam takes a little bit longer time to cook. So you need to steam it first. I'm fat, so maybe I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You need to steam it first, cut it into shreds, and then you can add it into your Ngoh Hiang also. But if you like yam, actually, I have a recipe which I haven't shared yet, which is actually very good. It's actually something like this, but the outer skin is, instead of a beancurd skin, right? It's actually all the yam crisp. Like what you get in those Ngoh Hiang popiah store, all those fried bee hoon with the hei pia one,
Oh, I know.
So it's something like that, yeah.
Okay, I know.
I've done that for
I've
done that for my my lor mee recipe, actually, my noodles with thick gravy. But if you guys want, I can always do a separate video on that for you guys. Yeah.
Do you want the recipe on Spice and Pans? If yes, please give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yep.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy yourself so far. I thoroughly enjoy myself over here. Pei Wen has been a great help. She's super
I'm just
friendly.
waiting to eat fat. I'm very hungry.
Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, you can see that we are having a very light golden brown color, right?
Oh,
And
that's
they are
really
crispy.
nice.
They are crispy now. Yeah. Okay, just maybe a little while more, because I'm very used to all those open flame kind of stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, and old-fashioned people like me, or rather old people like me, induction is.
Like 少了一点感觉
Yeah,
是不是？
because we like to flip pan. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Even though I'm very young, but I also like open flame.
Yeah, I know you're young. I know you're young.
Yeah.
So anyway, if there's anything that you all want to know about cooking, I will try to share as much as possible. If I know the answer, definitely I'll answer you. Definitely. This is almost done already. Wow.
Very nice.
Actually, I'm very hungry now. Actually,
Me too.
I'm celebrating now.
It smells really, really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we really hope that, somehow through, like virtual videos like this, somehow I hope that somebody will come with technology that we can allow you to like smell, through the cooking videos. Yeah.
Right. Look at how beautiful all these little pockets of nuggets of gold.
Very nice.
Right.
Very nice.
So these are all done. We'll just remove them from the oil. Plate them up. And should we try them now? Or later, okay. Right, as you can see, right, 3 pieces of this hei zhou, the prawn roll, we can actually feed the whole family, even more. So imagine how much you would save if you would actually cook this yourself. And it's so much healthier. Outside they use a lot of MSG. Although MSG is nothing wrong. I love MSG actually.
Yeah, I mean when you cook at home, right, the best thing you know that you exactly know what you put inside.
Yep.
And you always choose the freshest prawns, the freshest meat. So
Quality.
yeah. So you feel at ease when you're feeding your family as well. Yeah.
Okay, let me just plate it up.
Today, Jamie is not here to help.
Yeah, I kalang kabo one when it comes to plating.
Maybe I help you?
Oh yes, please.
Plating?
Yes. So thank you, Pei Wen, for plating this. I hope you all find that this dish is easy. I think it's pretty easy. I mean, to me, right, it's all about using the right processor to blend everything in. Just mix them up a little bit, steam them for a while, and then you deep fry them. And they can last you for quite a fair bit of time, even if you cannot finish them. So this is something that I really like. My family loves it. My friends too. And for people who love the occasional beer, great food to go along with it. Yep.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Roland, you're right. This hei zhou, right, can really feed a village.
Yeah.
I'm like stacking up.
Right, just how much only? $3-4 of ingredients over there? Yeah. So cooking is really something that I really hope everyone will do at home. Seriously, yeah. It is so fulfilling. So fulfilling. And it's very good for family bonding too.
And dish is ready. Ta-da!
Anyone hungry?
Yes! Jamie, is this plating approved? Really, the smell is really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna go for the hei zhou first, and I am gonna use my hands. Please don't judge me. Oh, it is still very crispy.
It is.
And it is still actually very warm inside. Okay, I'm gonna eat it without the dipping sauce first. Can you hear how crispy it is? Can you hear that? Okay, everyone is so busy participating in the contest.
Which is good, yeah.
Wow, it's really, really nice. All the ingredients are very mixed very, very finely. I can taste the prawns. I can bite into it.
Yes.
It's very toing.
Yep.
It's very chewy. The taste is very balanced. I have to say this is probably one of the best hei zhou I've ever tasted.
Oh, so excited now.
Yeah, it is really good.
Thank you. And the coriander really makes a difference. Right? You have those very fragrant kind of taste inside there.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually quite. I would say this coriander leaf the taste is quite distinct, even though it's inside, but it's not overpowering. So for anyone who doesn't like coriander, 香香菜 not 臭臭菜. Maybe you can make this and you will be able to convert the person to like coriander. Yeah. Sorry, chef, can you talk? I want to finish my food first.
Okay, as you can see, right, in the past 1.5 hours, I mean, I've done 2 dishes. I mean, the hei zhou is super easy. I think this one anyone can do with a food processor at home. You can do this dish within an hour. You'll be out serving your friends and relatives.
Oh, I really, really love this hei zhou. Yeah.
Glad you like it.
Maybe I can make it for. I'll just order it from you during Chinese New Year lah. Then I'll just pick it out from you. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, it's a very simple dish. It's a very simple dish.
is.
I think anyone and everyone actually can do this at home. It's very simple. I love to make big batches of this, like what I said, right? I like to put them in the freezer whenever I want to eat. I'll just take a few pieces out, cut into smaller pieces, deep fry it, have it with my friends when they're over at my place for some whiskey and beer. So this is what we do, yeah.
Very nice.